not in Edison format. Are they suggesting that in Edison it can? Oh my god. Okay, we got Kewl Tune versus Enneacraft, the new decks. We just want a clarification. Let me explain. Actual ruling? No way. Impossible. There's no way they're asking like a genuine ruling question, right? They would never do such a thing. That sounds crazy. What could even possibly be the situation? I used Remix to special 1, add 1 from Grave, then Synchro. I already had a Rico on the field, so I added Mix, special summoned Rico. Then on Res, I said Chainlink 1 Mix to pop the face down monster he had. Chainlink 2 Rico to pop Tramaria. Chainlink 3 Rico that was special summoned to add. He wants to respond with Astra Pixie. I'm saying it's not fast enough because it's not a trigger, it's trigger-like. What is he talking about? So, okay, the term trigger-like, by the way, chat, is an unofficial term that's oftentimes used to describe trap effects that act like trigger effects. Because trap cards cannot have trigger effects. They're all fast effects or whatever, or quick effects or whatever. They're not quick effects. They're fast effects with specific timings or whatever. It's really weird. It's really strange that they just don't want to call them trigger. I'm going to be real. I'm not sure I understand the question. Let me see if I got this right. CL1 through CL3, 2 effects to target and destroy something on the opponent's board, and as CL3 using an effect to add, and you're wondering if your opponent can use the effect of Pixie to flip itself up and negate one of the effects that was CL1 or CL2? Is that the question? Is that the question? I assume that that's the question that they're asking me. I assume this is the question. Basically, yeah. So this is a very clearly a quick effect because it says when your opponent activates a card or effect that targets a card you control, quick effect. So to clarify, that isn't a trigger effect. It's a quick effect, as is written on the card. And that effect must be used directly in response to an effect which targets. When multiple trigger effects go on chain, they all go on chain first before quick effects can be used. Therefore, if the add F is the last F on the chain, Pixie cannot be chained. I mean, in fairness, it is a good question. It is a good question about, like, understanding chain blocking and all that good stuff. So this is not a bad question to be asking. It's a question that can be viewed as basic or as beginner-y, because these are the kind of things that you know, regular players understand. I don't understand why he called that effect a trigger-like effect when the card very clearly says quick effect on it. But hey, I mean, whatever, you know. Goddamn, had no idea. You're on stream! So we got Voiceless Voice with the new Dogmatica Fleur-de-Lis the Thunderbolt versus Centur-Ion. Maybe you can't use Saravis because the summon was not the last chainlink. Should I say it? Whoa! New Genesis feature where you can see the point cost of cards when mousing over. X Steven did it! I asked for this feature! I literally asked for this! And he did it! Wait, that's epic! I like this feature a lot, to be able to see what cards cost. That's super sick. Chainlink 1 Atria to draw, Chainlink 2 Field Spell to Synchro, Chainlink 3 Blessing to summon, Chainlink 4 Punishment above Trudea, Chainlink 5 Primera. So they're asking is if after this chain resolves, they can Saravis the thing that was Synchro summoned by stand-up. Saravis cannot negate the monster that was Synchro summoned during the resolution of the Chainlink to stand up to Synchro summon. Now we ask ourselves if I can use Saravis, and if I can't use it, why? And if I can use it, why? The reason you cannot use it is because the summon is already successful by the time the chain has resolved. And as you know, cards/effects cannot be used while a chain is resolving. Does this say after the effect resolves? Immediately after the effect resolves. If it was CL1 yes, you could Saravis, because then the summon would occur outside of a chain resolving due to stand up saying immediately after this effect resolves. And the thing that's really funny, right, is if it didn't have the text that says immediately after this effect resolves, you wouldn't be able to Saravis it. You're only able to because it says immediately after this effect resolves, then you would use Saravis, and in the next chain, the trigger effects. Correct. Yeah, what this means is immediately after that chain link is done, the immediate next action after that chain link, you perform the Synchro summon. So an interesting way to look at it is if stand-up is chain link 2, if it's chain link 2, what ends up happening is you resolve chain link 2, then immediately after that resolves, before resolving chain link 1, you Synchro, which is a weird thing. It's like chain 1.5 Synchro summon, basically, which is why you can negate it if it was chain link 1, because if it was chain link 1, you resolve chain link 1, and then after chain link 1, effectively while no longer resolving a chain, the Synchro summon occurs. Radiant Typhoon Runic versus Dragon Tail with branded cards. I am declaring an effect before main phase 2 end. An opponent is saying I can't. Let me take a guess. Dude's been cheating this whole time, and now I said skip battle phase. He says okay, and then says wait, end of main phase. Oh, he doesn't know that if you skip battle, you go straight to end phase. You don't go to main phase 2. Let's have a look. It says skip battle phase. Blue says okay. You agreed to them skipping their BP. How are you now trying to activate something in the main phase? If the BP is skipped, you go straight to the end phase. The main phase 2 is not conducted. That is how that works when you skip battle phase. Yeah, you can't always skip main 2. If you enter the battle phase, you have to go to main phase 2. But if your battle phase is skipped or can't be conducted, you skip straight to the end phase. To my understanding, you still pass main 2 after battle phase, even if you skip battle phase. Incorrect. If the battle phase is skipped, you go straight to the end phase. The main phase 2 is not conducted. To my understanding, your understanding is wrong! Think of turn 1, my dude. I mean, yeah, also true. You don't have a main phase 2 in turn 1. Proceed from the end phase. If you interrupt battle phase, then you have main phase 2. But if you skip battle phase, then you skip main phase 2, correct? Define interrupt battle phase. Please name one card that says interrupt your opponent's battle phase. I don't know what that means. Negate attack? Do you mean like if you end the battle phase? Yeah, sure. If you end the battle phase, then yeah, you've entered the battle phase. Skipping the battle phase or not conducting your battle phase means that you don't successfully enter the battle phase. Ash negate the first effect to add of mix. Can he synchro summon using monsters in hand? Why wouldn't they? Why wouldn't they be able to? Also, can't you do that even if they're Veilered? This effect is not a continuous effect. You can do this even if they're Veilered. I'm just asking. Well, I would suggest reading the card rather than just asking. Like, hello? Read the card. Hey, can he do the thing that his card says it does? Yeah, bro. If this card in the field would be used as synchro material, one tune in your hand can be used as one of the other materials. Yeah, if he got Veilered or Imperm, then that's a real question. Getting ashed on the effect to add or whatever is an unbelievable question. Like, not understanding why you can still do that under Veiler or Imperm, I can understand. But, I don't know. I don't know, man. Weird. We got My Body is a Shield, Stardust Dragon, Royal Oppression. Oh, okay. So he's trying to My Body the Royal Oppression of the Stardust summon. Stardust Dragon is not on the field when it would be negated, when it's summoned, sorry. Its summon would be negated by Oppression. I love Oppression. Check it. We get 1 sub for Oppression. Oppression negates Stardust summon. Yeah. By Oppression. Here, you cannot use My Body as a shield because no monster on the field would be destroyed here. He changed Royal to the summon of my Stardust Dragon. Can I My Body to protect my dragon? No, you cannot. Have a nice day. Rest in peace, Stardust Dragon. What's the issue? Oh, is he asking if he can protect with Gear Frame? Effect destroys everything. If the equipped monster would be destroyed, destroy this card instead. You cannot destroy instead by replacing with a card that would also be destroyed by that same effect. Not in Edison format. Are they suggesting that in Edison it can? Oh my god. That would be crazy if that's the case, man. If both Machina gear from a Machina monster is equipped to would be destroyed by the same effect. Simple enough. As I said, bro. As I said. Literally like I said. Literally like I said. Simple enough, man. Simple enough. Now, I'm not familiar with the EdisonFormat.net website, which is the website that they use now.